morning, savages. Welcome back to another entry of R.E.M Diary. Have your coffee, have your tea, have your OJ or whatever breakfast that you want to eat, and get ready to sit down and listen to this dream. Also, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Let me know if you like this series. Let me know what you think. Let's just get right into it. So last night, I had a really interesting dream, and if you hear that, that's baby Roscoe right there. He's begging for a piece of my little dough. Can I help you? I'm so sorry for his involvement in today's video. So anyways, so I was at the mall with this kid that I used to talk to a little while ago. We were eating, and when we sat down and we started talking, I was like looking at him like, you don't look this, like you look different. Like he was skinnier, he grew out his hair, and like I don't know, he just like looked different. And I was like, you're not name. Let me just give him a quick name. I know the name that I said, but we ain't gonna say his name. You're not Ben. Like you don't even like resemble him. And he's like, what are you talking about? I am. I just haven't seen you in a while. And I was just like, okay. So like he was showing me something on his phone. Our messages came up and I was obviously at the top, and I was like, I peeped it really quick to see what was the last thing that was said in his chat, and then I went over to my phone and I was like, oh, that was the last thing that I sent or something. It just didn't look like him. Like he looked like him, but like there was a couple of things that was off, and I was like, oh my god, like are you okay? Like have you been? Like where have you been? And he didn't really want to talk about that stuff. He just wanted to talk about like regular, just everyday kind of thing. And I was like, oh, okay, like something serious must have happened then. And then all of a sudden, we were walking outside. We were walking out of the mall, and we just started walking around. And there was like this huge action scene happening. Point of view went from us to these other two guys that had like these superpowers, and they were pissed off at each other, kind of like Hancock and his wife fighting. So they were like slamming cars and slamming each other into the streets and cussing each other out, and I was like, oh my god. But basically my point of view changed to them. They were fighting constantly. The police tried to get them to stop. They couldn't stop them. So finally one of the brothers was like, brother, you're making a mess. Look. And then they look around and they start to feel really bad because all of humans are looking at them like, what the f are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. You're destroying everything. So they both felt bad, and they both like put their fists together. The ball came around them and they like transferred to another planet. Guess who went with them to another planet, baby? Me. I'm gonna say it was the planet we went to was Neptune. It definitely wasn't Mars because it wasn't red. And I know Mercury's red too. I don't think Venus is blue either. The only one that keeps coming to my mind is Neptune. So we definitely appeared on Neptune. And it was cool because the sky was all black. It was like millions of stars too. And 2 moons. And I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Well, I only saw 2 moons in the area I was at. I was still watching these two fighting. But this is the interesting part. When they went back to Neptune, they returned to their true selves. So one of the guys had 3 eyes, so his eye came out. His head became bigger. They both grew taller, almost like giant-like. And the other guy was blue-skinned. I don't know how to describe his head. It was like one of those alligators from those games, very cartoony kind of games. But he looked like that. He had a little bit of hair up top, and then it was in a ponytail. The other guy was bald. But so they kept fighting, and then finally at one point, the blue guy poked his brother's eye, his third eye, and I guess that like was one of the most worst things you could do to him. So he was like, brother, oh my god, how could you? And he was like crying and backing up, and he was like done. So he like disappeared and transferred to another planet. And then blue brother was just like, what did I do? Why did I do that? That was a cheap shot, blah 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 blah. And my vision bounced back to Earth to the destruction that was caused. Now, because these two aliens made a circle, a giant blast actually happened. It wasn't like a grenade going off or like a bomb going off, but a wind of power went through. And then when went back to the site where they transferred to Neptune, like a couple car windows were broken, store windows were broken, doors were broken, that kind of thing. Interesting part was that there was a bunch of FBI agents all over the place, or Area 31, 51, 31, 51, Area 51. I don't remember, but there was like a bunch of those officers everywhere, all dressed black, like Matrix style, with the sunglasses, and they were all walking around, looking around. And then it was like 3 people. It was me and 2 other people. I don't know if it was me in my dream, or like I was just becoming another character. And we knew that that blast was going to give other kids powers and like manipulate their abilities to manipulate other things. So we knew right away that we had to get these kids, and we had to bring them to safety and protect them and help teach them about their powers. Whereas the FBI wanted to take them, train them, and make them into military, what's the word? Weapons. So there was a birthday party that was happening, not even a block away from the blast. And when we went over there, no one was there. Everyone was gone. There was a couple of kids hiding. 2 of them were under the table. One of them was hiding underneath like the deck. And we were like, where'd everybody go? What happened? And then one of the little boys was like, Jimmy, make her go away. And we were like, oh shit. Where's Jimmy, honey? And they were like, And we were like, what do you mean, And they were like, Jimmy, a bad boy. He a bad boy, he aside. We were like, oh God, he must be a bully kind of boy, little boy, and he learned how to use his powers quick. So we went into the living room. We're like, Jimmy, where are you? Jimmy, come here. And out comes this little chunky boy. He's probably like 5'7". He was like one of the older boys at the party, the older brothers of the other kids. And he comes out, he has red spiky hair, he's a little chunk, has little freckles everywhere, adorable. But he was just like, he's like, what do you want? And crossed his arms, and when he crossed his arms, you could see like flames, kind of like, it wasn't like flame like fire, but like of something, like flame, like white flames. His eyes were glowing as well. And we were like, Jimmy, we just want to talk. It's okay, buddy. You have these powers now, right? And he's like, yeah. And what are you gonna do about it? So it's basically like arguing with a kid, obviously. And we were like, well, we need to help you because there's bad men to come and get you. And he's like, what are you talking about? And then boom, FBI agents start storming the freaking room. They're trying to snatch him up, and he's like just making them fall, throw into each other, making some fly into the air, up into the ceiling or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, Jimmy, let's go. If you want help and you want to be saved, let's go. You have to come with us. And he was like, what about my mommy? I don't know what happened to her. Where'd she go? And we were like, we'll figure that out later, but we gotta go now. And then like, boom, the windows burst open, and more FBI agents and army squads and all these shield guys are coming through the windows. And he's like, okay. And he comes running towards us, and we're running away. And we like take out this gadget and we push a button on it, and it turns into another ball where we just kind of like disappeared in it. And we end up showing up at this like lab kind of secret hideout kind of thing. It was like, we got back, we opened our eyes, and we were like, oh my God, okay, you're safe now, buddy. And we were just back at headquarters, basically. And he was just like, oh my God, thank you, but I don't know what I did to my mommy. I was just mad. I didn't know what happened. And I told him, I said, we'll figure it out, I promise. And boom, I woke up. And I'm just like, bitch, why do you dream of the most, like, these situations I have never, ever even been similarly close in. Like, I live in a quiet-ass neighborhood. You don't see police chases. You don't see fighting like that. Like, I grew up in the sticks. What? I see squirrels fighting. That's just about it. So for me to be, like, dreaming so intensely, I'm like, somebody explain right now, because that was a really interesting dream. Very, very interesting. But you know what? All of my fucking dreams are interesting. So I don't get it. But you guys like my mug? It's a little T-Rex. But anyways, so I was trying to think of it as like in my daily life, like was this kid my dog? Because I don't have kids. And he trusts me a lot. That's why he came with me. Sometimes he gets mad at me, and that's why he's like, me, which is true, as you guys just saw. But then I'm like, okay, but then what about this date with this kid? Because I haven't talked to him in months. What? Oh my God. I hope you guys enjoyed today's entry. I am still a little baffled by it, but we'll get through it. On to the next one. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you thought of last night's stream. I keep wanting to say today's stream. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for any notifications of when I upload my videos. Every Wednesday at 8 o'clock is going to be an episode of R.E.M Diary, and every Monday at 8 o'clock is just going to be a beauty, fashion, makeup vlog of some sort. I'm no beauty guru, but I still am your average consumer that likes to dabble. Have a good one, guys. Bye.